Listen here, this ain't no house party. Shit.
Y'all ready to drink? Y'all ready to sweat till y'all stink?
You want some?
You keep dancing with the devil.
Careful, boy. You gonna bite off more than you can chew.
I need that BlackTree TV. I need that BlackTree TV. I need that BlackTree TV.
Jamaal, Finkley, BlackTree TV. When I first started watching this, Ryan, the first thing I thought about was, like, how did you emotionally navigate? I mean, you're on this cotton field in Louisiana, supposed to be Mississippi, but how did you navigate directing people to like pick cotton, like emotionally? And how did you deal with that trauma as a director?
Fucking great question, bro. All right, so
I'm gonna chime in after you done too.
Yeah. So honestly, bro, I'm keep it 100 with you. Where you from, Jamaal?
Decatur, New York.
Okay, so you from the South?
Yeah.
And, okay, so I'm from the West Coast, bro. We're on the cotton fields where I'm from. They're California is a big agricultural state, but it's it's pecans and almonds and you know what I'm saying, avocados, it's certain things you can't grow in Cali, right? So I got to 35, you know what I'm saying, and I've been all over the world, P. Like I've been everywhere. Like it's only a few continents I haven't been to, and it took me working on Black Panther Wakanda Forever, where we had to go shoot a scene in a sand quarry for the Shuri and Namor confrontation at the end of the film, and I was my driver was blasting me through we had to go out to Byron, Georgia. My driver was blasting me through the fields, and I turned and looked, and I seen cotton for the first time, and I immediately was like, "Hey, pull over," you know what I mean, like cause I had never seen it. And I felt guilty, bro. Like on everything I love, I felt like an overwhelming sense of guilt,
man.
For me having been everywhere I had been, you know what I'm saying, and not been there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I went. I hopped out the. I don't know who it was. Apologies, whoever. You know what I'm saying. I went out and took something, bro. You know what I'm saying. Took it home with me. Just on the strength of how many stories I heard about that and what we went through and for how many generations, that was all we could do, in the recent generations, quote unquote, escape from that, you know what I mean, so for me, like this film, it deals with that, bro. It looks at an era that's like maybe difficult to look at. We've been trained not to look at. We've been trained not to think about. We've been trained not to interrogate, due to a lot of that guilt and frankly shame. You know what I'm saying? But through my research with this film, I realized, man, that guilt and shame is a little bit of a lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, and though our people was dealing with all that they dealt with at that time, right? Through the practice of affirming their humanity and their self-determination, they gave birth to this country's greatest artistic and cultural contribution to the world in the history of this country, maybe in the history of the planet. You know what I mean? Because everything that we listen to, everything that we think is cool, it all came from these people there in this one specific place. You know what I mean? Going through this very, very, very awful thing being leveled against them. So I had to embrace it honestly. My wife, Zinzi Coogler, produced the film with me. She made sure that we had therapists on set, and look, man, we got to work, bro. You know what I'm saying? And telling these stories, you know what I mean? And it's our people's story. It's what our people were dealing with at the time. No, it's a horror fantasy film. You know what I mean? It has real elements to it.
Yeah.
And these musicians at these times, man, they were sharecroppers. I mean, that was their world. That was their get down. So we had to, we had to do it for real. I had to get in there with him, to tell the story.
Yeah.
He said it all. I ain't gonna eat up all your time. You can elaborate. He said it all, man.
Yeah.
We've been gone a long time. We back now.
You twins?
Nah, we cousins.
Well, I gotta ask you. I mean, you playing Smoking Stack? Like I live in Atlanta now. All I hear is twin. All the time. So I wonder, like, how did you do the nuance between those characters, and how hard was it for you, like, in the middle of set to have to be both of these sets of twins?
I think it was more anxiety before I actually did it. I think once I actually got the set, and I mean, the toughest parts was in preparation and building them. But once I got them locked in, and I kind of knew who they were. When I was on set, that's who I was, and I tried to live in it, and everybody else treated me as such, and it. I think one of the more challenging parts was just the time, you know what I'm saying, to be able to like go from one into the other, you know what I'm saying, especially when they're both in the same in the same shot, in the same scene. But outside of that, man, working with dialect coach, working with twin consultants, getting into the psychology of twins, getting into the and the mannerisms, how they walk, where they carry their childhood trauma, you know what I'm saying? Like what hurts them, where do they love from, what's their insecurities, all that, what are their dreams, and it was great because you had these two other pieces to them. You had the twins, and then you had the significant others. And one was like, if you're looking at Smoke would be the groom, to Annie, but he's also kind of like the best man to Stack and Mary. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, and then like vice versa to Stack. So you had these like this quadrilateral relationship, you know what I'm saying, that was going on in the movie, because they both had feelings about the other's choices and who they loved, and that was a really fun, complex, layered thing to do, because I'm working with really, really great actors, and they question and they challenge everything, and I got a great director that helps us navigate through those things. And man, it was an experience, bro, that I get emotional just talking about it, because it's so much. I can't even get to all the things that we went through in order to achieve what we did.
Man, I could talk to y'all about this forever if we had time. I got so many other questions, man, but I just had to say both of y'all together. I know, like, Twinkie brought y'all together on Fruitvale and everything else, but y'all grown up in this thing together, and y'all do the best work out of each of y'all together, man, whether it's Oscar or Adonis or Killmonger or now Smoking Stack, man. I just love whatever synergy y'all got together. I can't wait to see all the other stuff y'all make together.
Man, it means a lot, bro. Man, I feel that, bro. Man,